The Scoops with House Bill 2203. Now, here's the language from the bill. I'm just going to skip to like the main part of it. It says that only current or former residents can buy a home here in Hawaii if this bill succeeds.
Wow.
It was introduced last session. It died, and we're going to see if it will, have some legs this session. And we've got Diamond Garcia, Representative Diamond Garcia, who introduced the bill in the House side. He's going to be joining us in the show in about 10 minutes.
Can you explain what their definition of resident is?
Okay, so we're residents, of course, because we were born and raised here in Hawaii.
I'm still currently living here.
Currently living here, yes. So we can buy homes. Well, we can, barely afford to buy one, but I think that's the whole point of this bill was to make things, because sometimes when these foreign investors come in, they drive the real estate market up, making it, unaffordable for us to stay here in Hawaii, and that's why we have the massive exodus to the continent. So the other definition of a resident is if you've been here for 200 years in the taxable 200 days. If you've been here for 200 years, you look pretty amazing.
we're giving you all of one island.
But if it's 200 days in a taxable year, you qualify as a resident. So you can also purchase a home here. So I know there's a lot to unpack here, but let's talk about your thoughts. Lena girl, what do you think about this bill?
It's interesting. I think it's interesting. I would love to be able to break it down a little bit. I think in my mind, you're essentially telling people who own a home here in Hawaii that they can only sell it to certain people. And I don't know. Essentially, somebody is telling me that I cannot do something, and I'm already now having a problem with it. I know, I'm so
She's
sorry.
a rebel.
Excuse me.
Lena girl is a rebel.
Sorry.
No, but so that's definitely one way to look at it. The other part of it is, again, making life or housing affordable for our kama'aina here in Hawaii. So that's the other side of it. And of course,
I support that.
That's your house. So if you want to sell it to a local kama'aina family, you can do that now and not sell it to a foreign investor. What are your thoughts, Mele?
I love it. I know it's going to start eventually panning out and have a little bit more understanding on it. But as soon as I saw that, I was like, you know what? Because remember when we went to Las Vegas with CNHA, majority of our Native Hawaiians are living in the U.S. continent, right? By having this bill, this will give a little bit of hope for the locals to stay here and buy a home here, because a lot of foreign investors are coming. In fact, the condo I live in is owned by a foreign investor who lives in Japan.
Well, at least you live there, but because there are a lot of condos that are empty and they're owned by foreign investors. So it's, like I said, a lot to unpack, a lot of different angles that we can look at this. But questions that I have right off the top of my mind is, what's the viability of the bill? Is it going to survive? Is it legal? And is this political posturing in an election year? So again, the man who introduced the bill, Representative Diamond Garcia, is going to be joining us to shed some light on House Bill 2203, and we'll do that in a minute.